Before we answer the question why God sent Prophet Muhammad among the stupidest people in the world, we are going to examine the living conditions of the people at that time. Animals were much more cultured than them. At that time, there was no such thing as culture or civilization. People lived in tribes in the desert. When they attacked another tribe and won, they took their property and also took their women. Every man could take as many wives as he wanted, and when the father of the family was killed or passed away, his eldest son would own all of his property, and he would also own all of his father's wives, except his mother. They exchanged their wives if a family wanted their child to be brave or a scientist in the future. They would send their wives to someone who had these qualities to get pregnant. These were part of the relationships of that time. They did a series of other things that cannot be said. Wars. The most famous feature of the people of that time was revenge. For example, if a person from a tribe was killed, the people of that tribe would not kill a person for revenge, but they would kill enough to be happy. Girls at that time, because of the wars and the hard life of that time, it was more beneficial for them to have a boy instead of a girl. Any tribe that had more women than men showed the weakness of that tribe. For this reason, some tribes buried their daughters alive. At that time, their houses were mostly made of palm wood. There was no such thing as a door, and they did not ask permission to enter each other's houses. Religion. Each tribe had its own idol, either in the form of a human or in the form of an animal. All the idols were kept in the Kaaba, and the tribes went there every year to visit the gods they had made. There were no rules, and whoever had more power survived more. Now, why should God send last prophet to the most uncultured and stupid people? I will answer this question with a simple and short example. Because the stars can be seen in the desert, in a society where there is no culture and thinking, it is better to see the character of Prophet Muhammad. The prophet was not a prophet at the time of his birth, but he became a prophet at the age of 40, meaning he was the best among the stupidest people in the world for 40 years. Now, how did Prophet Muhammad guide those people to the right path? If we were in the place of the prophet, what method would we use? He guided people through his very good morals. Today, the psychologists have come to the conclusion that do not give advice to your children, but do good work yourself so that they can follow you as an example. What the prophet did for the people of that time. Every day when the prophet left the house, a man would pour garbage on him from the roof. One day when the prophet left the house, he noticed the absence of that man and asked the others where he was. They told him that he was sick and might die. The prophet was very upset and went to that man's house to ask him how he was and to do something for him to make him feel better. The man started crying when he saw the prophet and said, "I will worship your God from this moment." None of the prophets tried to guide anyone to God in the right path by force. After the prophets, each group chose a name for themselves and considered themselves friends of that prophet and killed the rest of the people. In the old days, there was no internet or technology. Some people spoke instead of the prophets, and everyone believed. But now with the internet and technology and all this science, we see people who imitate each other without thinking. Be careful. Whoever said something in place of the prophets that was not logical, you should know that it is from himself. In the holy books, God told people to love and respect each other, but some people in history killed other religions to say that our religion knows God better.